You will never be that girl. You will never be her. You will never be the girl you dream about until you actually set a routine in place for your daily life. You keep going around your daily life with no control over it. You let life control you, control what you do every day. You don't decide what you want to do every day. You want to become that girl. You want to become the girl that has everything that she ever wants, the girl that controls the room, the most beautiful girl, the girl that everybody is magnetized towards, the girl that looks so beautiful when she steps into a room, the most intelligent girl in a room. However, you do not have routines that systemically engineer that to become your reality and to become your life. You are literally dreaming. You are manifesting, oh yeah, I'm the most beautiful girl, I'm pretty, I'm smart, I'm awesome, I'm divine. But you don't do things to put that in place. You don't do things to actually make that your reality. You just wing life as it comes. For you to be that girl, for you to be the girl that you want to become, for you to have the life that you want, the reality that you want, to have the dreams that you've been dreaming about, you have to engineer your life by putting systems in place. And you cannot put systems in place without a day-by-day routine that you know takes you towards your dream life every single day. Hi, my name is Blossom, and I'm here to make sure that you never settle for a life that's less than the one you deserve. Let's get into the video. You must be joking if you think that everything is going to work out for you simply because you desire it. Think of every powerful institution, every powerful organization, everything that succeeds out there. Do they succeed without structure? No, they do not. So what makes you think that you with no structure is going to succeed simply because you are? That is wrong. So you make your Pinterest vision boards, and then you write all your manifestation. Oh, I'm healthy. Oh, I'm beautiful. But you have no structure in place. Even down to the simplest thing, your skincare routine. There is no structure for your skincare routine. You don't have a structure for what you do every day. You want to become a billionaire. You want to become an influencer. You don't have a content schedule, a content plan. You want to manage your time. You want to break out of your 9 to 5, but you do not have a way of getting out of your 9 to 5. You don't have things you do after work every day, a way to manage your time in such a way that you get time to be able to do every other thing that you want to do. You just let life pass you by. You just let life happen to you. You come back from your 9 to 5 and you just sleep till 4 a.m. and then you scroll TikTok till the next morning, and then you go, but then you make sure that morning you set your morning affirmations in the mirror. I am beautiful, I am smart, I am gorgeous. But you are doing nothing to be beautiful, to be smart, to be gorgeous. You have no structure, you have no routine. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? You're literally joking. You are joking if you think that you are going to achieve everything you want to do without a structure, without a routine, without something that's actually actively taking you towards become your best self, towards becoming the dream girl that you want to be, towards becoming that girl, towards becoming the girl that is so impressive. When people see her around, she actually has her life together. It doesn't just happen. It happens from things like this: building a routine, building a structure that works, and making sure you stick to it. That is the way to build discipline, and discipline is the only thing that will take you to the life that you deserve. So now let's go to chapter 2. What do you actually need to do to get out of this place that you are in? So the first thing you need to do is to grab a notebook. Have you grabbed it? After you grab it, write down your current routine, your current habits. What do you do every day? Not what you wish you did. What do you currently do every single day? And then after that, sit down and visualize the dream version of yourself, the girl that you can't stop dreaming about, the girl that's in your head every day. Sit down and think about her. Now that you're done thinking about her, what is she like? What are her habits? Who does she hang around with? What's her occupation? What are her interests? How is she like? What's her day-to-day routine like? Think about it and now compare to your current routine. Is your current routine going in the direction of the routine of the girl that you want to be? Or are you just deceiving yourself? After you've done that and you've written this down and you've compared, if it stings you and you've come to the painful realization that you are actually not on your way to becoming the girl that you want to be, that is very good, because self-awareness is always the first step towards knowing who you want to be and towards actually changing the trajectory of your life. Because you could have continued going like this for the rest of your life and you wouldn't have known. You would have continued like this, and then you find yourself at age 50, 55 wondering why you never achieved any of the goals that you did, and then you die with all your dreams still buried in your heart. Nobody got to use any of your talent, any of your skills, and you never used up any of your potential. You die with your potential completely dormant like that. But now that you know that you are not on the way to becoming the woman that you want to be, you can do a 180 turn. You can now actually turn your life around. You can actually engineer the routine, the systems that will make you become her. Now, it is absolutely great that you have done this exercise, because it is the first step towards becoming the woman that you actually want to be. Now that you know exactly what the girl that you want to be looks like, we are now going into chapter 3, which is creating the dark girl routine, creating your it girl routine. So the first thing that you need to do is to visualize your details, because you visualized our routine the other time. Now you need to visualize the detail. What does she do every day, down to the letter? Visualize it. What does she look like? Who does she hang around with? What is her routine like? Who is she like? How does she talk? How does she live her life every day? What is her finances like? How is her life like? Visualize every single detail of this girl that you want to become, because you get one life and you can become any character you want to be in this one life that you have. You can rebrand, you can remodel, you can be whoever you want to be at any point. Don't let people make you think that you are not authentic for choosing to rebrand and become a better person. You get only one life, so why wouldn't you use that one life to make sure you live to your fullest potential? Visualize exactly what this girl is like. What does she do every day? Visualize everything to the damn detail. Now, after you are done visualizing, then break it down into goals. So for example, if you want to be the most confident, the most successful, the most beautiful woman ever, you know that there are things you must do every day to make you the most confident woman you know. And maybe that is watching videos on how to be confident, on motivational videos that make you feel confident every morning. Maybe it's listening to good music in the morning, listening to podcasts, listening to women who have struggled with self-esteem and build themselves up to a place where they are very confident in themselves, reading books on that, maybe practicing confident poses, so many things. Or maybe you want to be the most learned woman in the room, so then you know that your routine has to involve a lot of reading. You have to be reading books, you have to be watching videos on whatever you want to be learned on. So break it down into goals, into day by day goals, so you don't feel overwhelmed and it doesn't seem unachievable. And before you know it, you've achieved your goals, because if you do that consistently for about 3 to 6 months, you are a whole different person. And that is incomparable. It is incomparable. Now, my third tip isn't really a traditional tip, but I actually think it's very helpful. These are the things that AI was created for, and I think you can also use AI to do this. So you can take AI and say, give me a step-by-step daily goal. Give me a step-by-step daily plan to become the most successful woman that I know. This is my current reality. This is the reality I want. And then ask AI to help you break it down. And then you can tailor it according to your own preferences, according to your own needs. These are the things AI should be used for. And then you do something like that to help you to actually tailor what you want to create. And then the next thing you need to do is to design your week based on that. So you've written all your goals, you've written exactly what you want to be every day, you've written exactly what you expect of yourself, of this new girl that you want to become. So then design your week by week. You've already done your daily routine, right? So now you design your weekly routine. So what is that mini goal you are achieving every week, that you're striving to achieve every week, that will take you 8% closer to achieving your goal and to becoming the person that you want to become? Make sure you design your week based on that. So each week you are achieving something, you are becoming someone better, you are taking a step towards the person that you want to be, towards the goal that you want to achieve. And that's absolutely important. And then the last step is the most important: write it down. So a lot of people prefer you write things down with your hand, but I'm also a good fan of writing on your phone. You can take your notepad and actually just write it down, structure it down. I live that way and it works for me. I'd never write things down in paper. Some people would advise that you do, but Personally, I do not mind. If writing down paper works for you, do that. If writing down on your phone works for you, do that. Just make sure you are writing it down, you're making it clear. Make sure you always set your vision clear. So this thing you are writing down includes your vision, the vision of who you want to be, your daily routine towards achieving her, the timeline you think it will take, but also do not be rigid with that, because things happen, right? And you can never predict how things are going to go. So, and then the last thing you need to do, of course, is to write down your weekly routine and your weekly mini goals that you know you have to achieve every week, that's taking you a step closer to who you want to become. So now let's go to chapter 4. We're in chapter 4, right? Let's go to chapter 4, and that is the reality of actually creating this routine. What happens after you've made this routine, after you've done the fun part of writing out exactly what your day-to-day will look like, how it's gonna be like when you're becoming that girl? But then the fact that you are human starts to kick in. So you skipped your routine for one day, you binge watched shows, you ate cold noodles on the sofa all day, you were sad because this boy didn't text you back, and then it derailed your entire day. You stopped actually going for the goals that you wanted to be, and for that moment you felt so sick of yourself, you felt so angry at yourself, you just couldn't forgive yourself for always derailing when you know you have goals to pursue, and you just hate that. You just hate that part of yourself. So you hate her, you berate her so much, and then you are just sad for the next 2 to 3 days. Let me tell you something. Despite how extreme what I said sound, it is absolutely normal. As long as you are a human being with emotions existing in this imperfect world, you are always going to feel that way. And never forget that you are a woman with cycles and hormones and shifts and moods. And this is absolutely normal. We are not always productive every time. We are not always on our best self at every time. For all humans, talk less of being a woman who has cycles to go through. So imagine that you have these cycles, you have this, and you want to show up the same way every day. That's actually insane, because it is not possible. And that would mean you being mean to yourself, because how can you show up as the same every day? You are human. So this is the reality that a lot of that girl influencers do not tell you. They do not tell you that it is shitty on some days, and some days you actually do not want to get up. Yes, you have the drive, because a lot of people say, oh, if you have the drive and you want something so bad, you will go for it every day. Nah. Sometimes you have the drive, but you just do not want to get up, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, but here is where being your higher self come in. You do not let that weigh you down. You do not let that derail you. So after you take off that 2 days of moodiness, on the third day you get up and you say, okay, I'm actually going to get myself together. I know what I want, and I'm going to go for it. That is what resilience is like. That is what being your higher self is all about. So the fact that you can get up even after you've gone down what you are, what you deem shameful, after you feel so ashamed of how much you didn't stick to your fitness regimen, you didn't go to the gym, you didn't eat right, you ate that entire pack of Oreos that you know you shouldn't have eaten, but you know you still get up and then you continue again. That is what being beautifully human is all about. That is what self-improvement is all about. Getting up again even after you weren't in the mood, choosing to get up again, choosing to be that girl, choosing to continue despite the bad days you just had, is what being human is all about, is what being your higher self is all about. So get up, forgive yourself, continue. And that's literally what the cycle is all about. Resilience. So now let's go to chapter 5, which is why would routines save you? Why will your routines save you? Because I keep telling you that you need a routine, you need a system to actually achieve the goals that you want. But like, why exactly would that save you? Why would it actually make your life better? The first thing it's going to do for you is to give you structure and clarity. Your routines are going to give you structure and clarity. You know what you're doing every day. Your life is structured. You are no longer walking around like a headless chicken, like most people walk around every day. Your life is structured. You know what you're doing. Your life is clear. Your goals are clear. What you want out of life is clear. And that way, you are also manifesting your dream reality. You are also manifesting the future that you want. You're also manifesting the life that you want, because that is what you think about every day. So that is who you are becoming, little by little. That is who you are becoming. Your life is structured. Your goals are clear. You are becoming who you want to, because you are actually just thinking about who you want to be every day, nothing else. You are not thinking about, like, what you shouldn't be, or like what someone else is doing. You know what you want, and that is what you are going for. And then the next thing is that it gives you faster progress. So because you know what you're going for, because you have actually written down these things in, in steps or in routines or in daily milestones or weekly milestones, you are going somewhere. You are working on this thing every day. You are putting your energy towards this thing every day. So that means that you know what you are going for. And that means that you are moving faster than others who have no clear vision of what they are going for, who have no plan of what they are going for. A lot of people, they have the dreams in their head, but they have no plan towards it. They think it just happened for them. But you know what you are going for. You are working towards it every day without burnout. So you are going to be moving faster. You're going to be moving faster because if you work on your goal 1 hour every day, it takes nothing from you, right? It takes nothing from you. If you just do a 5 minute skincare routine, your skin is getting clearer, you are getting better, you're learning more on the journey instead of just waiting for a time where your acne will clear out and you'll be that beautiful girl you always wanted. Or you decide to buy one cute outfit every month. If you are financially constrained, at some point you're going to build the wardrobe that you want, or you want to make money. You're working on your business step by step, or you are working towards, looking for jobs that you want every single day. One day you're going to get it, and it's going to be faster than someone who is walking out like a headless chicken who doesn't know what they want. That is usually the difference with someone who has routines and someone who doesn't. Now, the third thing is time management. You're going to be able to manage your time well. Oh my God. I cannot exaggerate how much. I cannot over overstate how lovely it is when you have a routine that manages your time. You get a whole lot done in a whole lot less time. A lot of people complain that there is no time, but there is time. To have about 24 hours in a day, and then you sleep for about 7 to 8 hours a day. So let's say like you sleep about 8 hours in a day. So that means you're left with what? About 16 hours in a day, right? You work a 9 to 5. Let's imagine you work a 9 to 5. That's about 8 hours. That's 8 hours left. And then you have your 8 hours left. And then let's say you press phone, you eat, you do your shenanigans for about 3 hours. That's 5 hours left. Even if you work on your goals for at least 1 hour a day, that is a whole lot of something. Every single day working on 1 hour, working on your goals for 1 hour a day is gonna take you to the next level, because for 5 hours, even if you take just 1 hour out of it and you work on your goals, man, that is something every single day. You think there is no time, but you're actually not making time. And then having a routine will actually help you to create the time that you think doesn't exist, that a lot of people claim does not exist. Because I mean, think about it. Then you're going to have a structured night routine. You have a structured morning routine in between that time. You have the time to, if you want to be an influencer, create at least a video a day, even if it's just a little TikTok, depending on how tired you are that day, or maybe you are not really feeling it, and then you just create a lip sync. You just do something that is taking you a step closer to becoming the person that you want to be. It's taking you a step closer towards your goals, towards your vision, towards your idea or the dream that you have for yourself and for your life. And that is one of the things routines do for you. It helps you to manage your time very clearly and much better. And then the next thing is mental clarity. Having a routine literally gives you mental clarity that is unmatched, because you know what you're doing. Your head is clear always. You know the goals you are going for every day. So you are not worried about, your head isn't muddled with thoughts that actually don't matter. Your energy is directed at the things you do, at the life you want to live. So your head is very clear. You have a mental clarity that is unmatched. That's why you walk around with a purpose, with something inside of you, because you know what you are going for. You are not, stressed. You are not looking around. You are not distracted. You know what you are going for, and you are going for that with the whole of your heart. Your head is clear because you have planned everything. So you are not stressed with okay, so if I want to do this, how do I do it? No. You've already mapped out exactly how you're going to go about getting to be the dream version of yourself that you want to be, and you go towards that every single time. And the next thing is that you build self-trust. You trust yourself so much because you see yourself show up for yourself every time when you need to work, when you need to follow your routine. You know you get all your routine done every day because you match it out in such a way that it's not overwhelming. So you're getting things done every day. So you know that you're actually working towards achieving the life that you want. You trust yourself greatly because you know that you can handle it. You've seen yourself handle it. You've given yourself tasks and you've seen yourself accomplish them. So you trust yourself so much because you know that you are capable. Next thing is less guilt. A lot of people are overwhelmed with guilt. So apart from whether maybe you have like a psychological issue, maybe you are anxious, maybe you're dealing with anxiety, maybe you're dealing with depression, if you are just lazy rotting in bed all day, you are filled with guilt every day, you know you want to live this life, you're watching the lives of the people that you want to live their life, you want to be like them, but you don't know how to get there. You are lazy every day you wake up, you feel bad about the fact that you're not working towards these people, you go to sleep again, you wake up again, you start scrolling, see their lives, wish you were doing it, feel guilty, go, and then you keep repeating the cycle over and over again. You are tired at this point of living like this. This is not how you want to live. But when you have a routine, you have a plan that you know is taking you every day, you are getting a step closer to the life that you want. You are filled with less guilt. you are filled with less guilt, and that actually removes a lot of blockage in your energy, blockage in your vibrations. You're actually moving with purpose, with clarity, with trust, and you have less guilt and less worry. And then the next thing is more rest, because you have time scheduled for rest, because you've already scheduled the time you do your routine, you schedule the time you do your morning routine, your night routine, you schedule the time you go to work, you schedule the time you eat, you schedule the time that you do this and that. I'm not saying a rigid life where you don't actually get to be flexible a bit. No, I'm just saying something that actually gives you may not even put times on it, so that you don't feel just rigid, just like a checklist of what you have to get through every day. By the time you are done with that 30 minutes of Duolingo, because you want to be like a very you want to be well versed at multiple languages, and you're taking 30 minutes of Duolingo every day, you go to sleep knowing that you've taken a step forward towards becoming someone who is well versed at languages every day. And you sleep with no guilt, because you have less guilt now. Your mind is clear, your energy is clear, you sleep with peace, because you know every day you're taking steps towards becoming the person that you can be, towards achieving your full potential, towards becoming the best that you can be. So you are resting more now. You don't have all these bad habits, because you are now at peace. You are not dealing with insomnia because you are riddled with guilt at the fact that you are not pursuing the life that you want. And then you have a sense of purpose. Nothing compares to having a sense of purpose. You now have a sense of purpose. You know what you are going for, right? You wrote down everything you wanted to be, so you know exactly what you are going for. You know what you are going for every day. You know what your purpose is. So now you are not scared anymore. You walk with a sense of self-assurance and self-confidence that even people around can smell it around you, because in your head you're already the girl that you want to be. In your head you're already the girl that you want to be. So you are purposeful. You are not walking around like a headless chicken. You know exactly what you want out of life. You know exactly what you're going for. You know what each day means for you. You know what milestone you are overcoming each day, each week. And you know exactly what you are going for in this life. You are not directionless. You are not guilty. You are not scared. You are purposeful. And you are courageous. That's why a routine will save you. So now let's go to the final chapter, which is how exactly do you apply this to become the best version of yourself. So I'm going to actually give you my personalized roadmap for you that you can use into creating your it girl routine, your that girl routine. So the first thing that you need to do is to write down your current routine, which I spoke about earlier. So this is more of a recap. Write down what you do currently. Write everything down on a plain piece of paper and look at it. The second thing is to visualize your dream self, the dream girl that you want to be, what she looks like. Use the list I mentioned earlier in the previous chapter. You can go back and go through it for more details, but I'll also write it here on the screen. Use that checklist to visualize your dream self and think about her, think about the routine she will have, think about everything. Like I said, the third thing is to write down her routine. Write down the routine of your dream self, what she does every day, who she is, everything. Make sure you write it down. The fourth thing is to break it down into actionable daily, weekly, monthly goals that you know that you can achieve and can actually build into a system for achieving your goals and for going for the life that you want. The next thing is to build the structure. Build the structure everything, structure the system, structure the routine. So for instance, now if you want to be an intelligent person, make sure that every day you are reading about maybe 10 pages of a book. Every week maybe your goal is to finish half of that book, or maybe your goal is to finish 5 chapters, something along those lines. And then maybe every month your goal is to finish a book. That is a structure. That is a structure that is leading you towards becoming a well-read, intelligent woman. Next thing is to use digital tools, which I spoke about earlier. Not just AI. Use your Google Calendar, is your friend to schedule things. So for instance, if you want to be a girly girl that takes care of herself, you could schedule when you do your lashes, when you do your nails, when you do your hair, maybe it's monthly, maybe it's bi-weekly, maybe it's 2 months. Every time, just make sure you schedule. You should remind yourself. Maybe when you do your self-care, your skincare is every Sunday, your Sunday reset. You schedule it in your calendar. Maybe you use Notion for organizing and arrange your life, and just scheduling things and making sure that everything is proper and it is done. Next thing is to accept deviation or bounce back. Like I said before, you are human, so you are going to deviate. There are days when you're not going to do your schedule. You're going to feel very bad, but you have to learn to forgive yourself and bounce back, because that is exactly where resilience is. That is where becoming your dream girl is. That is exactly where that power lies, in your ability to bounce back, in your ability to become who you said you were going to be, even after a short detour. Because you are not perfect. You are human. You know that you are prone to emotions and to hormones and so many things, and so you don't beat yourself up just because of a quick detour, just because you couldn't show up for yourself today. And the next thing is to be gentle with yourself but not lazy. So don't try to cram 1 million schedules into one day. But do not be lazy and try to like lessen it, like reading a page per day. Like, are you kidding me? You won't finish a book in a year. So you won't finish a book in 6 months if you do that. So be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself, but don't try to cram too much into a day's work. And then the last thing is to redesign as you grow. So you know that the way you felt 3 months ago may not be the same you feel today or tomorrow, because as you know, your goals are going to improve, your goals are going to change because you get smarter, you will know better as you work. You realize, oh, maybe I actually do not want this, maybe it is this I actually want, and so you then redesign as you grow, you redesign what you want. So yeah, you keep redesigning your schedule, redesigning it every 3 months. Review and ask yourself, do I still want this? Do I not? Do I still want this? Do I not? Do I still want this? Is this goal? Is this still aligning with me? Because one thing people always think is because you wanted to be a musician 2 years ago, and then you think, even though you've lost the passion for it, you think that you should still continue because, oh yeah, that is what resilience isn't that. If at this point you realize, oh okay, I actually want to be an instrumentalist, and it's not because of the fact that you are lazy to be a musician, it's just because you think you've taken on a new interest. Maybe as you were going into music you realized you enjoyed instrumentals more, and then you chose to go that route. That is not a failure. That is in fact you being sure in yourself and knowing that, okay, I need to take a detour at this point. You're intelligent enough to know that, okay, I need to do something different at this point. Okay, this is what I need at this point. Okay, this isn't what I need. And those are the signs of somebody who actually wants better for themselves and wants to live a life that is for themselves. Because if you stay stuck in a job you do not enjoy because you are afraid to change, or you are afraid to remodel things, just because you don't want to either leave the familiar, or because you are scared of the reality out there that you haven't touched, then you're already a failure. So if you want to be a success, you must not be afraid to take a detour. You must not be afraid to change and to remodel, because your goals may not be the same every time. So every 3 months, make sure you review and you reset your goals, because as you grow, certain things about you change. It's not what you liked 2 years ago you like now. So why do you still expect that, okay, the hobbies you wanted to pursue 2 years ago is what you want to pursue now? It's not gonna be this. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've watched this far, I'm very proud of you, because that means that you are actually looking to change your life, to remodel your life, to leave the current state you are in, and to actually push yourself towards the version of you that you've dreamed about, that you've thought about, that you've you can't stop thinking about every day. And honestly, talking about this also helped me, because it reminded me of what my priorities are, of what I want out of life, what I want to pursue, and how I want to pursue it. Even right now, I'm going to remodel my vision board, look through it and see things that I can change, things that I don't want to change, things I want to leave that way. Because honestly, this also touched me the same way that it touched you, because talking about it also helped me to think better, to think about, like, what I want more, and to also think about how I want to approach things more. If this really resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, so that more people can get to see my videos, and I can also achieve my dream of being someone who touches the lives of women around the world. If you enjoyed this video, share to your friends who you think need it, who you know need it, and who may need it, and to people around you, to the women around you, and to your loved ones, and to everyone around you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have time you can watch my other videos, and let me know what you think in the comments. I'm open to hearing your thoughts, your experiences, and your beliefs, how practicing this has gone for you. And after you practice the things in this video, you can come back and tell me how it went. If it's going well for you, I would love to see that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.